Good, man. How are you? We're coming to you from Comic-Con 2018 in the press room for The Death of Superman, and I've got Superman himself, Jerry O'Connell. This is a really important story for the character. It's arguably one of the most iconic. How did this story affect you when it originally came out? Were you a fan of the comics at the time?
92. Yeah, I was. I mean, I think everyone had heard of Death of Superman. Don't quote me on this. It might have been the most popular of the to date of all the Superman comics. But yeah, it was a little scary going into this movie because everyone has an idea of what it is and everybody knows the story. But they did a great job. You know, they sort of modernized it just a little bit. They brought in a lot of the Justice League. It's a really good movie. It's really good.
Well, tell us a little bit about where Clark Superman is at this point, because they changed it a little bit about the Lois and Clark relationship and how that fits into the eventual death of Superman. Can you talk about working with Rebecca and that relationship?
Rebecca being my wife, Rebecca Romaine plays Lois, and not to spoil too much, but Clark struggles with revealing who he really is. You know, he's keeping a secret from the woman he loves, and you can't live just in a lie.
Sure.
You know, you can't lie to you can't live a lie with your significant other. So it's really, Superman talks to the other members of the Justice League and sort of drops, how do you approach this topic, and they give him advice, and the Flash gives him advice, and it's really it's a really special Justice League story, and then you get sort of the tough Doomsday coming in, and that's an epic sort of fight scene, and they did a great job. I think it's really one of the better Warner Brothers animation, one of the best DC animation movies to date.
Well, how did the quintessential Death of Superman scene play out for you when you recorded it? Was that hard? Was it emotional? Did you get to play off Rebecca as Lois or anything when you recorded that?
It was pretty emo. It was pretty emo. I think it was definitely more emotional for my wife playing Lois because Superman gets pretty badly beat up, but Lois is sort of there watching Superman not do too well. I don't spoil.
Sure.
I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but it was an emotional scene. I remember I asked my wife after she recorded. I was like, "How was that?" And my wife went, "It was super emotional. I mean, it's heavy." And we watched it, man. It's a heavy movie, But that's what's so great about this DC animation. About this like within the DC universe right now. Death of Superman, these movies are, it's some of the best stuff out there,
Well, we're going to be getting a Reign of Superman film, from what I've heard, which is awesome. Superman, sorry. Because the last time around when they did Superman Doomsday, they didn't do much of the Reign of Superman stuff. So can you leave us on maybe a little tease of what we can expect from that film?
Look, I mean, it's, for those familiar with the source material, we follow along those guidelines, but we always sort of, tweak it and make it a little more modern. There's going to be a lot of other Supermen out there, and some of them are not going to be so nice. So that's the tease I can give you. It's coming out next year, and we're stoked for that. But right now, we're super proud of Death of Superman.
Yeah, well, it's a great film. You guys should get it on digitals on 7/24, and you can get it on Blu-ray on 8/7. It's incredible. Thank you so much, Jerry. I love your shirt, man. Soup's forever.
See you.